Om Swastiastu. Hello. Introduce us from Group 4 who will present ecotourism material Jukut Paku Clip Temple Culture Heritage. Before we start our presentation, I will introduce my group members. Namely, the first one, ni Putu Mei Lestari. The second, Putu Sathya Abirama. The third, Dewa Ayu Komang Puspa Ardani. This means Sang Madeaci Pramana Putra. The fifth, Made Windhu Mulia Iswara. The last, Made Trisnu Herlangga. Here you can see is an overview of our material concept map in the form of 1. Ecotourism architecture, 2. Architecture contextual, 3. Study case. The next material will be explained by Mei Lestari.
Hello, first of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Putu Mei Lestari. You can call me Mei. My number NPM is 018. And now I will do presentation about 4 material, namely 1. Definition of ecotourism architecture, 2. Principal ecotourism architecture, 3. Characteristic ecotourism architecture, and the last, impact of ecotourism architecture. The first, I will to explain the definition to ecotourism architecture. Ecotourism is a form of tourism involving responsible travel or using sustainable transport to natural area, conserving the environment and improving the well-being of the local people. Next, I will to explain about principal ecotourism architecture. Ecotourism architecture have 8 principles, but this time I will explain 2 principles. 1. Minimize physical, social, behavioral, and psychological impact. 2. Build environmental and cultural awareness and respect. The third material about characteristic ecotourism architecture. Characteristic ecotourism architecture is all nature based form of tourism in which the main motivation of the tourist is the observation and appreciation of nature as well as the traditional culture prevailing in nature area. The last, I will explain about impact of ecotourism architecture. Ecotourism architecture has a positive and negative impact on environmental, impact economy, and impact social. Next, Sathya.
Hello, my name is Putu Sathya Abirama, name 032. I will presentation about architecture contextual. The definition of architecture contextual. Contextual architecture is an architecture concept used to create building design and their aspect. This approach consider the local characteristic where the building will be erected so that the design result can be sustainable with the existing condition. The characteristic of architecture contextual. There is a repetition of motif from the surrounding building design, approach either from form, pattern, or rhythm ornament add to building around the environment. This is to maintain the character of a place, improve the quality of the existing environment. Last principle, the architecture contextual. Number one, permeability. Number two, variety. Three, legibility. Four, robustness. Five, richness. Six, visual of profit. Last, personalization. Next, Dewa Ayu.
Okay, I'm your Puspa, NPM 34. I will explain about the case study. First of all, I will explain about the question identified. The Jukut Paku Cliff is one of the tourist attractions in Bali. It still provides a very beautiful and natural atmosphere. It is located at Banjar Jukut Paku, Singakerta Village, Ubud, Gianyar Regency. Second one, I will explain about sporting facilities. The lack of the parking area, which is one of the sporting facilities located to the south of Penataran Agung Jukut Paku Temple. The other one, there are toilets, which is consists of 2 rooms, and the last one, there are rest area in the tourist attraction area at the Jukut Paku Cliff, which is very simple using bamboo and wood material. And the last one, I will explain about impact of resistance on the site. The positive impact of the resistance on this cliff temple, tourism village, on the surrounding area in the economic, social, and spiritual or religious. The cultural heritage of the Jukut Paku temple currently doesn't have a negative impact. There are 2 pictures that we took when we had survey at Jukut Paku Cliff. And the next one, Achi will explain the method.
Thank you for the opportunity. I'm Samadi Aci Pramana Putra, name 036. Here I will explain about the material, the ecotourism architecture evaluation. According to the evaluation indicator of ecotourism architecture for the cultural heritage of the Candi Cliff Jukut Paku, the indicator for the principle of ecotourism architecture reached 77.5%, while the indicator for characteristic ecotourism architecture is 72%. So we can conclude the cultural heritage of the Candi Cliff Jukut Paku, which has potential and can be developed into better ecotourism in the future. Next material will be continued by my friend Windhu.
Okay, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Iswara. My nama NPM 037. Here I will explain the material about evaluation of contextual architecture. According the evaluation of contextual architecture indicator of the cultural heritage of the Candi Jukut Paku, the indicator of principal contextual architecture reaches 17.4%. Will the indicator characteristic contextual architectural reach 16.8%. So we conclude that the cultural heritage of the Candi Cliff Jukut Paku is sufficient to meet the concept of contextual architecture, but can be more developed to attract more tourists. Next, Trisnu.
Okay, let me introduce myself. My name is Trisnu Herlangga, NPM 042. Now I would like to conduct the conclusion. about in with the way that can begin for the about this discussion of risk. The Jukut Paku Shiv Temple, the cultural religious of in one of the tourism the in with the tourism area still provides a very beautiful and natural atmosphere. Jukut Paku Shiv Temple contextual heritage with a located at Gianyar Jukut Paku, Singakerta Village, Ubud Gianyar, is one of the historical relic of the past related to the history of ancient Balinese kingdom. The next, Sathya.
Uh, I will explain a recommendation. After we conducted a survey and evaluation, the cultural heritage of the Jukut Paku Cliff Temple is sufficient, including good ecotourism because it still maintains and does not damage nature. But besides that, we would like to recommend it safer building or supporting facilities, namely as follow. One, expansion of parking lot. Two, addition and renovation of rest area. Three, addition of toilet in the area around the object. Number four, adding a railing on the stride to the object. Last, added lighting on the path to the object and the center of the object. Next, Achi.
This is the image Bali tourism in 2072. The concept of ecotourism, which is based on the concept of sustainability, nature and environmental conservation, community involvement, marketing aspects with social responsibility, is expected to be able to provide solution to the problem facing the island of Bali today and in the future due to tourism. Thank you for your attention. We close with Parama Santi. Om Santi 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 Om.